Next, I'd like to demonstrate some of the basic fundamental drills that you can enhance the concept of chun, such as mobility, coordinations, and the power. Strike without motion, without mobility is not much of a strike. Okay? Even today, we know one guy's got mobility is normally a better fighter than a guy who cannot move. So let's use some of the punching techniques, a hand technique, combined with the mobility of footwork to demonstrate some of the drills that you can practice. First one, straight punch. Idea is to develop coordination, okay, and understanding the proper structure, where you're making contacts, okay, straight wrist, elbow down. Okay, so you can do sets of hundreds, okay. On average, a professional boxer, they do about 20,000 punch per training. So if we martial artists train as intense, then hey, that's what we need. Okay, so you must drill the technique that you learn from the form, not just by practicing the forms. So you can do punches. Okay, depends on your level that you practice, so you can upgrade your intensities. Okay, now we're going to the chun stances. Okay, we have what we call right stance, left stance, so you can practice along with that. Okay, right stance, left stance. Okay, what this gives you is extended distance and more torque into your punch. Okay, so in addition to the turning stance, the side stance, then you have a bracing stance. Okay, let's do an example for outside bracing. Okay, so you step out, brace, step out, brace. Okay, you can imagine you are lopping your opponents. Lop, da, lop, da, lop, da, lop, da. So some of the footwork you can do. And also you can do the inside. Inside bracing. Inside bracing. So a drill can help you to refine some of the attributes you develop in the form. Timing, okay? Actually feeling the energy you are developing, okay? How about moving along straight? A simple exercise would be Big Ma. Okay, you can set a certain rhythm, 1 step, 3 punch, or 1 step, 1 punch. Okay, beginners, let's start with 1 step, 1 punch. Okay, or you can advance into 3 punches. Follow with a Big Ma, you can do Biu Ma. Okay, so if your opponent is retreating, you want to catch him up. You want to catch, so you can take a bigger step. So let's watch that again. So you can keep up with the distance on target. Kicking will give you the extension of the legs, okay, which will create a distance advantage. And also power. Okay? Our legs are normally much stronger than the hands. So those two are the advantages. But there's a disadvantage. Okay? We humans stand on 2 legs. So as soon as you pick up 1 leg to kick, you basically distorted your balance. So therefore, one of the first ability you got to have is balance. So one of the basic exercises could help you just develop balance. So ability to just kick without losing the balance. Okay? So you can use your partner as a distance. Okay, once you have that capability, then actually release your power. Okay, without affecting. So if you kick like this, then you lose your balance. Then in essence, that kick will hurt you because you lose your balance after you do a kick. So you must have control of your balance. So one of the first drill you do, step to the center, find your balance, kick, maintain structure, come down, then do the other side. Step, kick. Okay? Step, kick. Step, kick. Step, kick. Okay? You're stepping to your center. Kicking is very important, okay? But still, just like the hands, you must have the ability to kick on the move. Not stop and pick up your foot and kick. You're stepping to your center. Kicking is very important, okay? But still, just like the hands, you must have the ability to kick on the move. Not stop and pick up your foot and kick. By then, the opponent is somewhere else already. So all the stop, kick, okay? You're stepping to your center. Kicking is very important, okay? But still, just like the hands, you must have the ability to kick on the move. not stop and pick up your foot and kick. By then, the opponent is somewhere else already. So all the abilities teach you how to move and strike, move and kick same time. So same thing. You try to move and kick, move, kick, move, kick. Okay? So give you some ability. If your structure is going the opposite way than your target, then the problem would be created like this. You have no balance. Okay? So again, if you're going to kick that way, your energy, your structure has to go that way. So again, you'll see how this footwork is being applied. Okay? So I didn't lose any momentum going back. So one way to develop that is go ahead, do it exactly like the form. Let's say he comes in. You don't want to do this. Okay? Okay, everything is under control. You kick and finish exactly where you started. Back here. Okay? So some of the kicking drills you can do, including the moving, kick. He can charge in, kick. It's a way to find out if you have the Tumkyu body structures. This concludes the Tumkyu tape, which is basically a reference for the skill at intermediate level of Wing Chun system. Intermediate level is what we call application stage. Okay, at this stage, you should be able to start to apply some of your Kung Fu. Next series of tape I'd like to demonstrate will be the Chi Sao equivalent of this intermediate level. I want to say thank you for my assistant, Jeremy, and also hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Welcome to the tape 4 on the Yip Man Wing Chun series. Tape 3 dealing with the Tumkyu form. Tape 4 is the Chi Sao equivalent of the Tumkyu level, which is what we call the intermediate Chi Sao. I'd like to introduce my assistant, Jeremy Rorak. He's been helping me with the previous series. This series of Chi Sao dealing with the fundamental, the essence of Chi Sao, which we're going to break it into what we call Lok Sao, Jip Sao, Zao Sao, Dan Da, and Toi Ma. Lok Sao, literal translation means rolling. Ability to apply your structure and to deal with the incoming energy, Lok Sao. So that's the foundation. And second is Jip Sao, means catching hand, maintaining your proper structure on the center line. And then Zao Sao, when your energy is being forced away from center, how you recover that. And then ultimately, when you have a good structure dealing with proper energy, then you go into the basic single-handed strike called Dan Da, indoor hand and outdoor hand. And last, when you put everything together with the correct body structures, that's called Toi Ma. The first step of Chi Sao is dealing with, again, proper positions of Tan Bong Fuk. Pun Sao, dealing with proper positions, relationship to Tan Bong Fuk. Now, Lok Sao, you're going to continue to put the motion into it, but with proper energy. So energy is one of the hardest part of training, because it's something that you have to feel rather than just something that you can just see and look, especially in this type of format. From the Pun Sao perspective, we have Tan, Bong, and Fuk Sao. So once you understand the platform of rolling, so reality is that application, you must learn how to deal with energy. Now, how do you deal with energy using time-bound foot? The motion of rolling here is not for the sake of rolling. It's dealing with how do you deal with incoming energy. For example, the first sequence of rolling dealing with a high foot into a low foot, from bong sao into tan sao. Okay? Now, why do we go in that particular order? It's because, in essence, if he applies some structure or energy coming into my bong sao, okay, how do I deal with that? I can push forward, which means, in essence, energy against energy. So that's force against force. If I'm bigger, I win. But if he's stronger, I lose. So therefore, when chun, we have also a soft way, which means that we don't fight with force. So if he apply energy forward, I simply change into tan sao. So what I have done is redirected or dissolve his energy. That is what tan sao means, to dissipate, to spread out. So any type of energy comes forward, tan. If he overexert his energy, not only that gonna become an opportunity for me, see, now he can lean forward, which creates an opening. So the purpose of rolling from high foot sao to low foot sao is to train from bong to tan. Okay? Now, this is something you cannot see. You cannot see how much energy. So this is something you have to feel. So one of the exercises you do is first have partner A, Jeremy, is giving me 4 energy. Then I want to be able to harmonize that to meet that energy until I no longer can hold it. Then I simply change position from bong to tan. Now let's look at the other side. Same thing, I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to try to go with the energy. So to be efficient, okay, going forward would be force against force because the energy is coming forward. So I would be changing the angle of the force by going down. So the harder he push, very easy for me to take advantage of that without using excessive force. So simply, if I sense energy going forward, I go down. Okay? Of course, within this, he also developed his reflex. So as I go down, he changed into tan sao. So you see both partners actually moving according to the proper energy. Again, from bong he pushed forward, I dropped to foot, which he changed to tan. Okay? So this area you must understand. So if I give him energy from my right bong sao, I push forward, then naturally he's going to change to low. Then I find that center line back again, so I have to change to tan sao. So in order to be harmonizing, then this side have to be rotating along with, okay, so if we are discussing energy from my right bong sao, okay, as he push forward, then I drop to 10, and this side also change along with it, okay? So because you cannot just have one side move and the other side don't move, okay? So at this basic level, you need to keep the platform correct. So once go up, the other comes down. Okay, so we continue what we call a circle of energies. Okay, so you try to find a balance there. So in realms of understand look sao, you must talk about energy. That is what we mean. You're harmonizing your energy. He push forward, I go down, and this thing comes up. Now if I push forward, and he rolls. So right now my foot sao push forward, he roll. His foot sao push forward, I roll. So you can start understanding the mechanics, why we do rolling hand. This is called look sao, okay? So there are some of conditions, let's break it down. Foot sao push, bong to tan. Bong sao push, high foot to low foot, then I change to tan, okay? From the other side, if I go, okay, from the tan to low foot, if I go forward, then he jut. That would be the proper response. Okay, so that is looking at chi sao from an energy perspective. Okay, now give you an example. If we roll, my hand drop. This is not an energy problem. This is positional problem. Now this hand is too low, so which give him the criteria. Okay, give him the condition to hit me. Therefore, he hit me because I opening up. Okay, so you could get hit based on your bad position. Okay, same thing if my roll and my elbow's way out, then this door is open, so he's gonna let me know. Okay, based on the center line, my center line is off, so therefore he hits me. And those are examples of bad position. So results is that you get hit. Now, dealing with Luxao, now you take it up to a different level, okay? Luxao is that you look at the condition of getting hit or being hit from the energy perspective, okay? If I touch somebody's hands and it's totally soft and totally limb, what kind of martial art technique is that? It's limb, okay? Relax doesn't mean it's limb, okay? You have to have structure behind it. It's not dead energy. So the structure is coming from proper positions, okay? So when we roll dealing with energies, okay, if I feel that his hand have no energy, then I can just take away his hand and hit him because no energy. If there's no energy here, I can just jet it down and punch, okay, because it's not harmonized energy-wise. So I can strike him based on energy. Or if I feel that he has too much energy, right now he's expanding his energy. He's using tension. Well, that's fine because energy is too much, becomes excessive. So I can take advantage of that, which affects his whole body. So you don't want to have too much energy or too little energy. So energy part is much harder to master than certain positions. So by having energy, then you start to really understand if you have a good position. But only when you put the proper energy in, then you understand if you have a good position or not. So as we start rolling, okay, I start feeling his energy. If you give me more energy here, I will respond to it. If you give me energy here, okay, I respond to it. If I give him energy here, he will respond to it. Basically, it looks I'll provide you two reasons for striking opponents. One, that if his position is bad, hands not on the center line, okay, elbow is being jammed, or too high or too low, okay, those are position problems. So you have an opportunity to hit. Second is based on his energy. Too much energy, too little energy. So that's why with Luxao, looks very simple, but actually this is foundation for all the strikes. So as an instructor training the students, you must have proper positions by correcting your student's position. Then you must provide him with the energy so he can respond properly. Okay, I'm giving him energy with my Fuxao, so he roll. Okay, he's got it. So I give him energy on the Bongsao. Okay, he roll, he's got it. If I go forward with my Tansao, he jut. Okay, so right now he can respond without thinking. So because of the proper energy I provided. So Luxao provide the platform for future techniques. Okay, next we'd like to move in Jib Sao. Jib in Cantonese means to catch. Now what are we catching here? It's when we changed from the outdoor hand going into indoor hand, then we have to change position. Okay? So the purpose is not just, okay, well, we roll and roll for 2 hours, so we got tired, so we must change. No, that's not the main reason, okay? For me to leave the center line, to go back to the center line, is to train if his energy and his position stay inconsistent on the center, okay? In Wen Chun, we have a saying, don't chase after the hands. So if I drop my hands, if his energy is going down, his energy is going to go down. That proves that his energy is not going in the right directions, okay? Now, if my Tansao's energy is going out, okay, and then when he take his Fuxao away, then my hand's going to go out. So those are conditions where you can actually see that your energy is not going the right direction. So where you want your energy to go? To the center, okay? So all the energy is going towards the center. So when I, as an instructor that's training his hands, I want to make sure his structure and energy is going in the right direction. So as I take my hand off, his energy should be able to relax and stay on the center line rather than chasing after my hands like this, dropping it, okay? So as I drop my hand, his hand stays on center line, so he's responding to proper energy by relaxing it. And then I'm going to hit back, and also this is opportunities for me to test if his structure is strong or not. Because if I run and hit, if I hit and his hands go all over the place, again, there's not enough energy there, okay? So a way to check that is what we call Jib Sao. So he is actually catching the incoming energy, so he has to learn how to deal with that. So from Fuxao, going to Tansao. From Fuxao, going to Tan Sao. From Tan Sao, going to Fuk Sao. Now, me doing the running, he's doing the catching, so I provide him with structure so he can catch with. So my hand is a structure, and I'm providing him with energy. As we roll, I can change, and he plays catch. Now you notice the timing factor. As I run, the last second, he changed. Because as soon as I run, and then he changed the technique, that means it's already, okay, telegraphic. He committed a technique without the proper timing. It's too early. So you must also take into account of proper timing. Catching, 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 catching. So at this stage of catching Jip Sao, you primarily learn how to stay at the center line and be able to let go of the energy when there's no need for you to apply excessive energy. Again, okay, if he forced my hand down, naturally your energy have to equalize that by going up. So this could be a trap, where he could let go. Okay, if he let go, my hands bounce up. Okay, that proves my energy is wrong. So my energy also has to be able to, if he let go, my energy gotta let go. So I'm not gonna be trapped by his energy. So if he presses down, okay, my elbow holds that in position. If he let go, okay, I'm relaxed too. So I'm not gonna be overcommitting. If you overcommit, that's what's gonna happen to you. So that's excessive in energy, okay? So that's why first step is make sure your hand stays. So you learn how to relax, which is an attribute you should already have from the Selim Tao. Now you are really testing if you have the proper structure, because I'm actually providing you with the energy that's coming towards your bridge. Okay? The second phase into Jip Sao is that when I let go, he's not going to stay there anymore. Okay, we've been training that his hand stays on the center. Now he must provide the proper energy by going forward. We call lat sao zik chung, hands off, thrust forward. Okay, because at the basic stage, if I let go of the hand and your hand stays, then there's a time delay because you lost the opportunity because I opened up myself. He should have a chance to hit me. So therefore, now he moved into the second progression. When I let go of his hand had to thrust forward. Okay? That tells me he's responding with proper timing, with the proper energy flow, which is going back to the center line. So now when I run, he's going to go forward. Then I catch, then he's going to catch. So I deliberately to check if his hands are responding with the proper forward energy. So every time you see I let go, he responds with the forward energy by letting go of his energy towards my center. So this consists of what we call Jip Sao. Okay, once you have basic idea, understand, which is maintaining your center and then projecting the energy forward, then you can go into a little bit more lively expression. Now I'm really applying a lot of energy to develop his structure. You see, the little space I let go, he had room to go forward. That means his center is good and his energy is proper. His energy didn't chase after my hands. Okay? So you can see this is the reinforcements of basic rolling, not just roll, but now from inside to outside, you are also learning how to respond with this